August 2, 1985, Delta Flight 191 was from Miami to Los Angeles with a stopover in Dallas-Fort Worth. The Lockheed L-1011 operating the flight encountered a microburst while on approach to land at DFW. The aircraft impacted ground just over 1 mile short of the runway, struck a car near the airport, collided with 2 water tanks, and disintegrated. 137 people died and 25 others were injured in the crash. The NTSB determined that the crash resulted from the flight crew's decision to fly through a thunderstorm, the lack of procedures to avoid or escape microbursts, and the lack of hazard information on wind shear. Forecasts of microbursts improved in the following years.
Losing all of a sudden. There it is. Push it up. Push it way up. Way up. Way up. Way up. That's it.
Hang on. Speedway. 86 in the position of 17 miles. Pull up. Pull up. Push it way up. Pull up. Pull up. Right turn off traffic, smile final.
On January 13, 1982, Air Florida Flight 90 was scheduled from Washington National Airport, now referred to as Ronald Reagan Washington, to Fort Lauderdale, with an intermediate stopover at Tampa. The Boeing 737 crashed into the 14th Street Bridge over the Potomac River just after takeoff. It hit 7 occupied vehicles and destroyed 97 feet of guardrail before plunging through the ice into the Potomac River. The aircraft was carrying 74 passengers and 5 crew members. Only 4 passengers and a flight attendant were rescued from the crash and survived. Another passenger, Arlen D. Williams Jr., assisted in the rescue of the survivors, but drowned before he could be rescued. 4 motorists on the bridge were killed. The survivors were rescued from the icy river by civilians and professionals. President Ronald Reagan commended these acts during his State of the Union speech 13 days later. The NTSB determined that the cause of the accident was pilot error. The pilots failed to switch on the engine's internal ice protection systems, used reverse thrust in a snowstorm prior to takeoff, tried to use the jet exhaust of a plane in front of them to melt their ice, and failed to abandon the takeoff even after detecting a power problem while taxiing and having ice and snow build up on the wings.
We only want 500. Forward. That's the early climb. Come on, we're going down, Larry. I know.
January 31, 2000. Alaska Airlines Flight 261 was a scheduled flight from Licenciado Gustavo Diaz Ordaz International Airport in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, to Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, with a stopover at San Francisco. The McDonnell Douglas MD-80 crashed into the Pacific Ocean, roughly 2.7 miles north of Anacapa Island, California, following a catastrophic loss of pitch control, killing all 88 on board. The NTSB determined that inadequate maintenance led to excessive wear and eventual failure of a critical flight control system. Both pilots were posthumously awarded the Airline Pilots Association Gold Medal for heroism.
Center Alaska 261, we are in a dive here.
Alaska 261, say again?
Vertical pitch.
Alaska 261, say again, sir?
Yeah, we're at 26,000 feet. We are in a vertical dive. Not a dive yet, but we've lost vertical control of our airplane.
Alaska 261, roger.
We're at 23.7, request. Yeah, we got it back under control there. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Alaska 261, say the altitude you'd like to remain at.
August 27, 2006, Comair Flight 5191, marketed as Delta Connection Flight 5191 under a codeshare agreement with Delta Airlines, was a flight from Lexington, Kentucky to Atlanta, Georgia. Around 6:07 a.m., the Bombardier CO.AG 100 crashed while attempting to take off from Bluegrass Airport in Fayette County, Kentucky, 4 miles west of the central business district of the city of Lexington. The aircraft was assigned the airport's runway 22 for the takeoff but used runway 26 instead. Runway 26 was too short for a safe takeoff, causing the aircraft to overrun the end of the runway before it could become airborne. It crashed just past the end of the runway, killing all 47 passengers and 2 of the 3 crew. It was the second deadliest accident involving the CO.AG 100. The flight's first officer, James Hinkie, was the sole survivor. Investigators concluded that the likely cause of the crash was pilot error.
All yours, Jim. I raise my control. You said to us, please. Russia. It is weird with no lights. Yeah. $100 knots. Checks. Good one, rotate. Whoa! Fuck! Fuck! Oh!
October 31st, 1979, Western Airlines Flight 2605, nicknamed the Night Owl, was an international flight from Los Angeles, California, to Mexico City, Mexico. At 5:42 a.m., the McDonnell Douglas DC-10 used on the flight crashed at Mexico City International Airport in fog after landing on a runway that was closed for maintenance. Of the 89 people on board, 72 were killed, in addition to a maintenance worker who died when the plane struck his vehicle. Flight 2605 remains the deadliest air accident to have occurred in Mexico City and the 3rd deadliest aviation accident on Mexican soil. The words of the pilots before the crash has become one of the most disturbing cockpit voice recordings recovered.